Can the government now put a mobile tower on your land and fine you 5 crore rupees for it if you refuse? That is the claim making rounds on social media after a controversial telecom amendment bill reached the parliament. The bill proposes new powers aimed at speeding up the installation of mobile towers, fiber optic cables, and other telecom infrastructure across Pakistan. Critics argue the law could affect the private property rights and even allow penalties up to 5 crore rupees for those who obstruct the telecom projects. But the government says the public is being misled. Federal Minister for IT and Telecommunications Shehbaz Sharif has clarified that the purpose of this law is not to intimidate ordinary citizens. According to her, telecom companies invest billions of rupees in infrastructure and often face losses when agreements are changed or altered after the projects have already begun. She explained with an example with that if a telecom company signs an agreement with a property owner for a tower site at the rent of 1 million rupees per month, 10 lakh rupees, install equipments and invest heavily on the infrastructure. Then few months later, owner suddenly demands 2 million rupees, 20 lakh rupees. The company is left vulnerable despite investing a significant capital. The minister said the proposed law is intended to provide legal protection in such situations and ensure the telecom companies to expand network without facing unfair disruptions. However, critics maintain that the wording of this bill needs stronger safeguards to protect property owners and prevent any misuse of authority. These concerns have already been raised in the Senate, where lawmakers have sought further clarification before giving legislation a final approval. So what is the reality? The bill has not become a law yet. It is still under the parliamentary review. While the government says it is meant to protect investment and improve connectivity, opponents argue that citizens' property rights must be clearly protected and before the legislation moves forward.
Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif has announced that the government will soon reduce petrol prices significantly after a drop in global oil rate. He told the National Assembly that the government had promised relief to the public and would now pass on the benefit of lower international prices. The Prime Minister said earlier reduction of about 4 rupees on petrol and 2 rupees on the diesel had already been given and further cuts are expected in the upcoming review. He added that during the crisis period, petrol was as low as around 258 rupees per litre before the conflict drive spike pushed rates sharply higher. Officials says the government will continue adjusting prices in line with the international oil movements aiming to ease pressure on the commuters, transporters and households across the country.